Hey everyone, it's me. And I am having a really hard time going to the store. So I thought I would get into uh, the different ways that I have managed my own anxiety in putting on a face mask and going to the store. Um, what I found when I was doing like 4 errands, I was going from like store to store to like on one big strip, and at the end, like halfway through, I was like, oh my god, I'm going to faint. I must have COVID, and it's like, no, you're just not breathing. Like, breathe, honey, breathe, breathe. And I realized that I needed to really kind of like regroup myself, and it's like, okay, if this is going to be a long-term situation, and it's at least short to midterm situation with the face masks, I need to figure out how to get used to this so that I don't get myself sick, COVID or not. I don't get myself sick from the anxiety of doing this. So here are some techniques that I have developed so that I can go and get groceries. It is sad, and I'm just kind of like sad that I have to develop techniques to go out to the store. At the same time, realizing now with a growing awareness that this is what people who are disabled or who have immunodeficiencies, that this is what is normal for them. So I'm finding a new type of awareness and compassion. And that's important for me too. It's like, where is the meaning in this? Where is the life in this? How can I grow from this? And that's one way that I'm finding I'm growing is my awareness of and empathy for people who are disabled or have immunodeficiency problems. I've been really growing in that sense. So that's more in like the inner emotional spiritual sense. But back to so that we don't like traumatize ourselves by going to Target. So the first thing that I've found that I've been doing is before I go to the store, I self-talk. I do a lot of self-talking. So I don't know about you, but I have found it to be really helpful for me to have that, to acknowledge that there's like a little younger crystal inside, right? Sometimes I call that who's very vulnerable and needs a lot of protection, and that when I do things like go to the store, it's often that inner part of me that's like, oh my god, that needs some reassurance. So here are some things that I do to help kind of soothe this inner vulnerable, tender part of myself when I go out into public spaces in COVID world. Is first of all, I have long, and you might want to think about if this works for you, I have long given my inner child, my inner crystal, a name. And so you might want to give a name of endearment and a name of love, whether it be like, oh, little one, or little crystal, or whatever your name is. Obviously, your name is likely not Crystal. My precious one, my dear one, my lovely, and just start talking to her or him or them with those terms. And so what I do is I hold this mask, and sometimes if I'm really anxious, I don't even hold it. I just say to myself, I say, oh, little one, like, we're going to go to the store now, and I know it's going to be really hard, but I'm going to need to put a mask on you, and I'm with you, and I know it's going to be hard, but I'm with you. And just, again, the mental preparedness, you're going into this space. You're not just dropping a child in the middle of this different world. You are saying, this is what I'm going to do to help you. Then I find that when I'm on, like, in the Target, in the store, so I put on the face mask, and unfortunately, it's very handmade, and it doesn't have the elastic, so it takes some time to figure out even like how to put it on and like adjust it. Doesn't get caught in my hair, but all of that is stress provoking, right? Just even putting it on. And so when I'm putting it on, I tell myself, okay, little one, I know this is scary, but I'm with you. I know this is scary, but I'm with you. You're not alone in this. I know this is hard, but I'm with you. And then I found that when I'm in the store and I'm seeing other people with masks, or maybe I'm seeing other people without masks, right? Because that has its own level of anxiety. I have found that talking to myself within the mask, inside the mask, has also helped. So like in the process, it's like I'm not leaving myself behind. I'm not leaving that little child unprotected. I am not forgetting about the little child's needs when I'm in the store. And so when I have the mask on, I say things like, I'm here for you. I know this is hard. It's just a little bit, it's temporary. We're going to be outside soon. I'll take off the mask. It's okay, honey. How are you doing, honey? That kind of a thing. And I'm saying this all the while, the mask is on my face. But again, the thing that made the difference for me when I went back to the store the second time and I was trying these techniques, it was so important for me to remember not to leave myself behind. Because I find part of what was really traumatic when I was going on through all of those errands, and I came back and I needed hours to calm down, like hours, was that I was really disassociating myself. And we all need to do that, especially now. We need, disassociation is not inherently a bad thing. We need to do that in times of great stress, right? So we're not so exposed and vulnerable and emotionally sensitive to everything. There is a time and a place to disassociate. But it's a matter of like, how intentional is it of like saying, okay, honey, like, it's okay. You can go to sleep now. Or even like, it's okay. It's okay to, put on, like, I was thinking like a body armor, like an emotional body armor before I even leave the house. It's okay to do that as long as that inside little girl or little child feels safe and remembered. So that's one thing. It's just that mental talk, right? And again, if this doesn't work for you, don't do it. This is what has worked for me. The other things, like when I go into these stores, right, there's a part of me that goes numb, kind of the disassociation, like, oh my God, this is so overwhelming. I'm just trying to get whatever for, earbuds for my phone. I'm just trying to get this. I'm just trying to get coffee. This should be so normal, and it takes so much energy. And so I'm just going to shut down, right? There's a part of you that shuts down, or there's a part of me that shuts down. And that's okay, because there is a part of that you just get so overwhelmed, boom, just like I'm tuning out, right? So here's what I do when I come back home and I'm in this shutdown. There's a part of me that's just shut down, right? And that's okay. Like I say, these are survival techniques. You got to figure out how to do this for you. So this is what I do, and this is what I do. You will find the more that, of course, I post this up, I'm really into the body. I have a long history of chronic body pain. I have a long history of mind, body, spirit fusion, and that when my mind is in anguish, my body pain kicks up. When I am in spiritual angst, my mind kicks up, my body kicks up, my knees hurt, whatever. So that's just how my body works. And so a lot of this is for my own survival, so that I can kind of like walk upon this earth with the least amount of body pain possible. Okay, so these are the things that I've found help me in my body when I come back home. So the first thing is I wipe myself off. You might have found this. There are some books or schools of thought, movement therapists that have also taught this, and I've definitely found this to be very helpful. So when I come back home, right, I come back home with the mask, and I put the mask down, and I'm tense, right, and I just shake it off, brush it off, like scrub it off. It's like you're scrubbing off that fear, and you're scrubbing off the anxiety, and any psychological, like, oh, maybe I took coronavirus home with me. Maybe there's something in my hair. I scrub it off. You can't see all of this, but I go down to the legs. I go down to the bottoms of my feet. I go down to my socks and I wipe it off. Okay. And I'm also wiping off the energy, because when you go into the stores, you have that energy of fear. There's fear in every aisle, right? There's fear in every aisle. There's fear at the checkout. There's fear at the service center. There's fear. And so you got to take off the fear. And when I do this, I'm in a really heightened emotional state, right? So you might want to take your time, depending on how you're feeling of the day. How I've done it, I've just been nervous as shit. I'm just relieved as hell, and I just want to get this shit off of me. I just want to get it off. I want to get it off. So I tend to use these really quick strokes, right? But confident, right? I am getting this off. Get it off. Get it out of my body. Get it out. And again, breathe, right? You're breathing, and the breathe, the exhale is also. So this is what it looks like for me when I'm not talking to explain it. It's like this. Like that, okay? Again, you want to make sure you don't get faint or lightheaded or whatever. Take care of yourself. So that's the first thing is I take it all off. I take off the fear and I take off the anxiety. I take off the paranoia. And I take off everybody else's paranoia too, because that all their emotional states clings to me, right? Especially the heart, right? Let it go. Then what I have also found to be very helpful is not just to take it off, but to reawaken that part of me that got shut down, that I needed to shut down in order to go into the store, right? So the little crystal inside, maybe it's kind of oh, little crystal, this is really going to hurt. So just, it's okay to go take a nap. Go take a nap for a little while, right? So the little crystal inside might be sleeping, right? So that I can do my errands and not freak the hell out. So I can do things and not break out in skin hives, so I can protect myself emotionally. But the important thing is when I'm done doing the shopping, this little crystal inside is still sleeping, right? So it's okay, now it's time to lovingly wake her up. Okay? So as you would a small child, as a parent, right? What I have found to be helpful, first you take off the energy, right? You take off the energy. You take the energy off of your body, the negative energy and the negative the aura around you, right? Now that you've created a safe place, you need to wake up that little one inside so you can be yourself again. You can stand in your own 2 feet again. You can be you again. You can claim your home again, your apartment again, your room again. You can be in your body. So this is what I do to wake up that little crystal inside. What I do, and I start with my hands a lot. Or I start with my shoulder. If I'm really overstressed, I start with my shoulders because these are, stronger muscles, right? And now I go slower, right? I go slower, and and a lot of it is breath work. A lot of it is breath based, and I go, it's okay. Time to wake up now. Okay, arm. Time to wake up now. Okay, in a very loving, soothing voice, thank you for taking a nap. Honey, it's time to wake up. And especially the hands, right? We're so conscientious about our hands in probably ways that we have never been conscientious or paranoid about our hands. Okay, hands. You might want to go finger by finger. Time to wake up now. Time to wake up, hand. Time to wake up. Okay, honey, time to wake up. Come back. Forehead. Time to wake up. Hair. Cheeks. and just kind of, touch lovingly those parts of you. Heart, ooh, 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 heart. And you might want to stay, if you need to do like a double dosage of heart opening and heart awakening, like take that time. It will pay off because, if you don't, that lingering sense of being numb will follow you for a long time throughout the day. Conversely, when you wake your heart up, you take that extra time. Maybe you cry. Maybe it's that emotional release you need. Okay, time to wake up. And maybe your heart's like, I don't know if it's safe to wake up. Just kind of hold yourself and rock yourself. Okay, what do you need in order to wake up now? What do you need in order to feel safe now? Then I go, especially the stomach. The stomach is very sensitive to anxiety, right? The butterflies in the stomach, that vagus nerve that goes all the way down and in. So it's like, it's okay. It's okay, stomach. It's okay. It's time to wake up now. Time to wake up, legs. Thank you. And I often say thank you. Thank you for getting me to the store. Thank you. Thank you for getting me feet. Thank you for walking me from the parking lot. Thank you, feet, for walking me into the store. Thank you for walking me out of the store. Thank you, body. And it's time to wake up now. You're safe now. It's okay now. And especially with the hands. The hands, thank you, hands. I needed you, and I'm really glad that you're here with me, and it's safe now. And I like to incorporate the breath. So thank you. Thank you. And I just kind of take a moment, kind of recalibrate. And again, if there's a part of my body that still feels numbed over or kind of panicky, just to kind of go back and give it a little bit of extra time, a little bit of extra soothing. And I found that this process for me took when I came back from the store a second time, because the first time I was like freaking the fuck out. I was like, oh my God, I can't leave my house ever. But the truth is that this is the world that we now live in, and we're going to have to get used to it. And we need to figure out different ways for us how to survive on multiple levels in this world, which means we might need to adapt. So after the second time, and I was kind of using these two techniques, the wiping off, right? The wiping off of the energy, and then the waking up, the soothing waking up, along with the mental talk, the self-talk in the store. I found that I was pretty okay. Like it was a huge difference between that first time and that second time when I started to kind of integrate the body and be mindful of the body. So those were some things that helped me. I look forward to hearing if they help you, if you need to modify them, and let me know. If you have something that I didn't see, feel free to let me know what I missed, and I can also repost it. If you like kind of the different ways that I integrate the body, mind, and spirit into daily living, check out my YouTube channel, because I'm doing a lot of different embodied meditations there. And I'm with you. This is hard on us all. Sometimes I fall, sometimes you fall. Falling is okay. Take care of your body, right? And I think one way or another, we're all growing through this, And so I think, again, one of the things that really helps me is to remember this is how some people live all the time. If you have immunocompromised systems, this is the amount of fear and anxiety that it is for them every day. And so that also helps give me a sense of like, I can choose to make this a heart expanding experience for me, in ways to develop empathy in ways that I never thought I ever would. And that helps me on a spiritual level, finding the meaning, right? And so, and finding the growth. So with all of that, I hope that this was helpful. And I look forward to seeing you back around on Facebook Landia. My friends, feel free to leave comments. Check out my YouTube channel if you're hungry for more. And virtual hug to you. All right, nice and safe. Take care. Thank you.